Hello and welcome to Ryno's Orioles Report. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Not a great series for the Orioles offense anyway out there in Los Angeles against the Dodgers. Bullpen, mostly anyway. I mean, for a majority, because I feel like they pitched the most of the game there, the 3 games there. Starters did a fairly good job too at keeping down the Dodgers' offense, and more specifically Shohei Ohtani, at least compared to, let's say, other teams, because Ohtani's kind of murdering the ball. As you can see, I'm on MASNsports.com. Let's get to Game 1. Baltimore Orioles 3, Los Angeles Dodgers 2. This from Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles. Cowser 1 hit, also walked once. Rutschman a hit and a walk. Henderson 1 hit. Santander over, walked once. Come on, boys, where's the offense? O'Hearn a hit, an RBI, and a run scored. Hey, look, some offense. Yay. Jimenez 1 hit. Oh, look at this. We have a Livan Soto sighting. It's about time. Yeah. I'll get to the article where where I'm getting this information from. And I got it on the broadcast too, but Ryan Mountcastle on the injured list with a sprain in the wrist, so Livan Soto recalled again. And we actually get to see him play. Kinda. Cedric Mullins, over. Jackson Holliday, 1 hit, walked once, scored once. Ramon Arias, 1 hit, 2 RBIs, walked once, scored once. Got just enough offense. O'Hearn and Arias with home runs. Off of our old friend Jack Flaherty, who held the Baltimore offense to 3 runs. Why the heck couldn't he do that when he was here? Almost feels like he didn't want to play here and therefore pitched like he didn't want to be here. Very disappointing. Cowser with a caught stealing. Also very disappointing. Cole Irvin getting the start here, right? Because we got so many stinking ass pitchers on the damn disabled list that we might get Zach Eflin back Sunday. Maybe. We'll see. Pitching 4 1/3 of an inning. Gives up 5 hits, 2 runs, both earned. Walks 2, strikes out 3. Now that's a great performance. Yes, he didn't go deep into the game, but at the same time, he was recently in Norfolk for a good bit of time, I guess, and got kind of unstretched out. Yes, he did have 1 start prior to this one in this stint in the Orioles rotation, but again, he's not really fully stretched out. Did throw 60 pitches. I think he threw like 80-something the last game. Just not expecting him to go this deep into a game, especially against this lineup. So Brandon Hyde took it and ran with it and put in Matt Bowman for an inning and 2/3. He had a total of 6 innings pitched out of that. So, I mean, Hyde's done that before, and it's not a bad way to think about it. Because you get Bowman in here with an inning and 2/3, coming on in relief in the 5th inning of Irvin, and then pitching the full 6th inning. No hits, no runs, no walks, no strikeouts. I mean, that's fantastic. First 6 innings, and you're giving up no runs to this Dodger offense that has how many MVPs in it? Well, Freddie Freeman is on the injured list, so only 2. Only have the most recent home run derby champion. Cieno Perez in relief of Bowman, pitching the 7th inning, and then getting 1 out in the 8th inning. No hits, no runs, no walks, 1 strikeout. Cano in relief of Perez, finishing off the 8th inning, getting the final 2 outs. That inning does give up a hit, but no runs, no walks, 2 strikeouts. Here we go. Definitely seems like Sir Anthony Dominguez has taken the closer spot from whoever else in the Oriole bullpen. From Cano, from Kimbrel. And he's doing okay with it, getting his 7th save as an Oriole, Pitching the full ninth inning, gives up 1 hit, no runs, does walk a batter, and strikes a batter out. He'll take it. Here's game 2. Did not go as well. Baltimore Orioles 4, Los Angeles Dodgers 6. Kowser 1 hit, Rutschman 1 hit, Henderson 0. Come on, boys. We're in LA with the bright lights. You got to do it better than that. You got to do better than that. That's just... Come on, man. 5 hits and 2 walks in the first 2 games by your top 3 hitters? Not going to get it done. Not going to get it done. You need to do better than this. Santander, Santander, a hit, a walk, and a run scored. O'Hearn gonna get a lot more playing time with Ryan Mountcastle on the injured list. A hit, an RBI, and a run scored. Jimenez pinch hitting late. Doesn't mean that Brandon Hyde wasn't going to do that righty-lefty matchup thing. And over. Emmanuel Rivera comes in to play first base. Does not receive an at-bat. Mullins over. Does score a run, reaching on was it an error, right? Ramon Arias, 2 hits and 2 RBIs. Scores once. Thank God he's hitting. Because it doesn't seem like barely anybody else is hitting. Jackson Holiday over. James McCann, 1 hit and an RBI. Man. O'Hearn, Arias, Kowser with doubles. Only extra base hits. Jackson Holiday stole his first base. How about that? Yay. Congratulations. You definitely need to learn how to steal a base. Because he looked like a baby deer out there stealing a base. Ugh. Got a terrible jump. Slide wasn't great. Ugh. Luckily, he's young and fast. Errors by McCann, Arias, and Henderson. Good God. Fielding error by McCann was it? Ohtani was on base. And he goes to steal. I think he steals second base. And it's like, because you know how Corbin Burns is with holding runners. The one thing you don't want to do is throw the ball to the backstop when Ohtani's stealing and give him a chance to go to third base. So what did you do? Ohtani steals, Corbin Burns spikes the ball, McCann can't block it, gets all the way to the backstop. Thankfully, Ohtani had slid and wasn't paying attention. So you had time. If all you had to do, James McCann, run to the baseball, pick it up and secure it in your right hand, ready to throw to third base. And then Ohtani doesn't go to third. But what happens? You go to pick up the baseball and you drop it. So Ohtani goes to third base. Good job. Arias with a fielding error, allowing runners to reach, extending the inning. And then, of course, Burns, with 2 outs, gives up a 3-run home run. So that's why everybody wants to say that Burns struggled. And it's debatable. I think he struggled with the running game, which is something that we've known for a while. And now every other team he faces knows. Every team he faces knows. And what's even worse, he seems to get frustrated when they run on him. So then he makes even worse pitches. You gotta do something about that. You gotta do something about that. I don't know. If you walk a guy, just tell him to go score. I don't know. But other than the errors, how many errors behind him, and I guess technically in front of him because McCann's in front of him. He does go 5 innings, which is kind of a lot, but again, you're giving Dodgers extra outs. Gives up 5 hits, which isn't that bad. 6 runs, only 1 earned run. Because they got that 3-run home run with 2 outs. Now, I do think one of these should have been changed to, I guess, the 3-run home run and then the 1 run later in the game. It should be a total of 4 unearned runs and 2 earned runs. I think they messed that one up. I think initially they called 1 an error and then they called it back. But I don't know. Then again, Henderson fielding the ball with 2 outs. Instead of making the play to get the out, he doesn't get the out, and a run scores. It was Ohtani. So Burns' final line, 5 innings pitched, giving up 5 hits, 6 runs, 1 earned run. At least according to this box score, I think it's more like 2 earned runs. No walks, 4 strikeouts. It's not bad if you bring the run total down to equal of the earned run total. It's not bad. It's not a bad line. It's not a struggle. It's more the defense struggle. Keegan Aiken in relief of Burns, pitching the full 6th inning. No hits, no runs, no walks, 1 strikeout. Gregory Soto. Oh man, the Dodgers are going to get so many more runs now. Pitching the full 7th inning. No hits, no runs, no walks, 1 strikeout. Craig Kimbrell. Well, if Soto didn't give him up, Kimbrell's going to give him up, and it's going to be 10 runs now. Kimbrell pitching the full 8th inning, and you're on the road and you lost, so you only had to pitch 8 innings. No hits, no runs, no walks, no strikeouts. So I'm sorry, Mr. or Mrs. people writing articles out there in, baseball journalism. Corbin Burns did not struggle here. The defense struggled to play behind their pitcher. You put the baseball in your glove, you pick it, and you throw to base. You get outs instead of fumbling the ball, dropping it, throwing it into the stands. You don't do things like that. That's not the pitcher struggling. That's you as a fielder struggling, giving away outs. It's not the pitcher's fault. The pitcher's not struggling. I mean, you're facing Teoscar Hernandez with 2 men on. He won the home run derby for a reason. Just saying. But again, Ohtani relatively kept in check. Okay, he got 2 hits and one was a home run. How many runs could you attribute to Shohei Ohtani in this series? Well, he only had 1 RBI. He did have 4 runs scored. Some of those were due to an error. See, you kept Ohtani in check. You couldn't keep your own defense in check, and you couldn't get your offense to do anything. Except, really, in this game, I guess. He scored 4. I guess he didn't do too bad. 3, 4, and then 3. Kind of got to score a little more than 3. You can't average 3.5 runs and expect to win many games. It's the final game here. Wednesday's game. Baltimore Orioles 3, Los Angeles Dodgers 6. Cowser hit 3 RBIs, scored once, walked twice. Well, there you go. About time somebody in the top half of the lineup does something. Rutschman 0 for walked once. Well, I spoke too soon. Henderson 0 for struck out twice. Santander 2 hits. O'Hearn 0 for. Jimenez 0 for. Mullins 0 for, though he did walk and score once. Arias 0 for, did walk once. Jackson Holiday, a hit and a run scored. Not getting offense. And don't blame it on Ryan Mountcastle. Ryan Mountcastle didn't have that great of numbers. 1 home run by Colton Cowser. That's it. Extra base hit. 1. 1, 2, 3. So that's 3 there. 6. 6 extra base hits in this series. 6. Not going to get it done either. Yay, Mullins stole another base. See, that's what happens when you get on, dude. Excuse me. Cade Povich getting the start in this game. Ugh. Though, not terrible. I mean, we've seen worse. Mostly because the bullpen was able to give length and pick him up. So that does help. Especially when you're thinking, Povich is what? He's like your 10th starter. Because you got 3 on the injured list not going to come back this year. And then you got 2 others on the injured list that probably will come back this year. Wow. Maybe he's the 9th starter. It depends on where you would rate Suarez, Irvin, and Povich. Where Suarez is probably 8th. So Povich is either your 9th or your 10th starting pitcher. Can't expect too much more out of this. You really can't. 3 1/3 innings pitch, though you would have liked to get more than that. 87 pitches in 3 1/3. Gives up 10 hits, 5 runs, walks 1, strikes out 3. It's really that 4th inning that kind of did him in. Other than that, it would have been alright, I think. But you can't just magically remove an inning from, the history books. Birch Smith on in relief of Povich, pitching an inning and 2/3. Again, bullpen coming out, doing the job, picking up the starting pitchers. And the defense, too, because the defense not fielding great either. So 1 2/3 innings pitch, gives up 2 hits, no runs, no walks, no strikeouts. It's fantastic. Giving the offense time to get back in this game. Well, let's go, offense. Gregory Soto pitching 1 full inning, the 6th inning. The full 6th inning. No hits, no runs, no walks, 1 strikeout. Come on, offense. The bullpen's doing it. Let's go. Let's get back in this game. Well, I mean, they tried. They did get 3 in the 5th. Then, that was it. Kowser's home run. That's why I said the offense was going to struggle, or when I said it early in this year, or even before the year. Okay, they've hit a lot of home runs. You can't rely on the home run like this. You can't. Unless you're going to hit all these home runs with a bunch of people on, because you're getting a lot of base hits and you're drawing a lot of walks. That can work. But you're not necessarily relying on the home run at that point. You are getting people on in front of them. They're not doing that enough. They did it here in this series, but only twice. Oh well. Matt Bowman in relief here after Soto pitching the full 7th inning and getting the first out in the 8th. Gives up 2 hits, 1 run, 3 walks, strikes out 2. To be perfectly honest, he shouldn't have come out for the 8th inning. He shouldn't have. You see Dodgers added another run here in the 8th. Just, where's he at? Where's his number of pitches? 42. 42 pitches. He's not stretched out. There's no way. And you could kind of see it. It took him 24 pitches to get through the 7th, which isn't terrible, I guess. Especially if you're not going to give up a run. But best I can say is Brandon Hyde didn't feel he had any more arms in the bullpen. The offense wasn't going to get the runs, so Bowman was sacrificed in order to save the bullpen for the next series. Because why use another pitcher? Of course, you ended up using Aiken in the first place here, who threw 2 pitches and got 2 outs. It's like, why didn't he just start the 8th inning here? Because you're on the road and you lost, so you only had to pitch 8 innings. The Dodgers are giving you a gift by not making your pitchers throw anymore. Why not just use Aiken there? I don't know. Whatever. Because who knows how long Bowman is down for after throwing 42 pitches here. You'd be lucky if he could pitch in the 3rd game against the Rockies. Because they definitely need at least 2 days off. Not that that many pitching back-to-back games. Oh no, he did have a game off here. Maybe he can be ready for Saturday's game. Maybe. Because he absolutely looked tired. And everybody knew it. Disappointing to see something like that. Keegan Aiken, Brandon Hyde finally rescues Matt Bowman, bringing in Keegan Aiken to get the final 2 outs in the 8th inning. No hits, no runs, no walks, no strikeouts, and again, only uses 2 pitches. Hey, man. That's how it's got to go. What? I can't even remember what happened. It wasn't even a ground ball double play. What was it? Yeah, it's like, here, this is all Bowman right here, these 4 batters. And then here comes Aiken. Sacrifice fly. That's how they got one of the runs. But again, that was 1 pitch. And then another pop out to right field. 2 pitches. Like, man, you barely see something like that. Of course, I guess if Brandon Hyde knew that was going to happen, he would have put Aiken out there first. But oh well, here, let's get to some articles. This one written by Steve Molesky. Eflin, he's scheduled to return the 15th is when he was placed on the injured list. So when August is over, he can come back. We're thinking Sunday. At least that's what everybody is saying, including Brandon Hyde, is saying is a possibility. Sunday, September 1st. So the good news there is you can get Eflin back and not have to send anybody away because the roster is expanding. So that's cool. Also, what Steve Molesky says in here is Grayson Rodriguez pitched off or threw. I don't know if he said pitched or threw. Whichever. Off of flat ground out here in LA. So, eyeing that mid-September return for Rodriguez, which is a real possibility. This article written by Rock Hubatko, Mountcastle to the IL. This is a 10-day IL. Retroactive, or whatever day. Levon Soto recalled. Updating on Mateo's surgery. It was actually having some form of Tommy John surgery, which was kind of weird to hear, but sure. And that's, Coulomb and Westberg, they're still on track for, early to mid-late September-ish. No setbacks to speak of as of yet. So, fingers crossed that Coulomb and Webb was the other one. Coulomb, Webb, and Westberg can come back in mid-September. Dropping like flies. Call them the Oriole flies instead of the Oriole birds. Alright, let's wrap this show up. No off day today. Today is Friday. Orioles should be in Colorado right now, getting ready for the game, which is scheduled for 8:40. Saturday's game scheduled for 8:10. Sunday's game is scheduled for 3:10. So while that will do it for this edition of Ryno's Orioles Report, please stay tuned for the next edition, which will happen Monday. Ooh, early game Monday. Ooh. Ew, no rest for the wicked, I guess, huh? Please stay tuned for Monday, and I will talk about the series between the Baltimore Orioles and the Colorado Rockies. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I am the Angry Rhino, and this is Birdland.